Episode 7, The Relic Raiders. Kaz, Tora, and Freya are sent to a trading outpost on the planet Ashes Reef for a supply run. But unbeknownst to them, Kel and Ayla also join in on the operation by hiding aboard Kaz's supply transport. When the crew do arrive on Ashes Reef, they are surprised to see that the outpost has been abandoned despite there being plenty of supplies around. Tora and Freya start collecting what they need, while Kaz, Kel, and Ayla find themselves going from what they believe to be a Jedi temple into a Sith temple underneath it. There, Kaz sets off a trap and finds himself trapped with Mika Gray, a relic seeker who made the same mistake earlier. Fortunately, both Kel and Ayla manage to save the two from the trap. But however, another blunder from Kaz then sees everyone run for their lives to escape the temple as it begins to collapse. Once making it back to the surface without a scratch, Kaz and friends find a squad of First Order raiders that have arrived searching for a Sith relic. Mika then decides to act quick and ends up saving the day by using the power locked inside the Sith relic to kill the raiders, but at the cost of breaking the relic that she searched so long to do so. With everyone safe and the Colossus crew stocked up on some much needed resources, Mika is then invited by Kaz to join the Colossus as a show of thanks for her saving them all from the First Order, to which she gladly accepts. This episode was quite unexpected to see as it dealt with lore behind the Jedi and Sith, which is already rare to see in the sequel trilogy, at least before Rise of Skywalker, and especially not something I ever really thought would feature in Resistance. But hey, here we are. With that said, I can't complain. It was cool to see something so different and Force related be explored on this show, as it seems to deal with main characters that have nothing to do with the Force, which kinda made it all the more interesting. I mean, we even got Kaz to admit in this episode that he doesn't even believe in the Force, so to watch him act so nonchalant in a Sith temple of all places was hilarious. But at the same time, it was interesting to hear him say that, seeing as the Jedi do make a comeback after the original trilogy with Luke's Academy, so I'm kinda surprised to hear there are still non-believers like Kaz out there at this point in time. This episode was also a great reminder about Jedi temples being built over Sith temples in canon in order to seal their powers, with the Jedi Temple on Coruscant most famously housing an ancient Sith temple underneath it. We always heard about this kind of stuff, but rarely did we ever get to see it, so it was a nice treat to get that in Resistance of all shows. Not only that, but I did like how they picked Ashes Ray of all planets to show this off. Originally an old Sith world from Legends, the planet dates back all the way to the Tales of the Jedi Companion, a role-playing game sourcebook first published by West End Games in 1996. We were also here introduced to the First Order Raiders, a brand new First Order unit whose main purpose is searching for Sith relics. Originally, I think a lot of us assumed from the previews that these guys would be the First Order equivalent of the Imperial Death Troopers. So I can imagine some being disappointed to find out that they're only really glorified artifact-seeking stormtroopers. Also, by this point in the story, I think it's fair to say that Kylo Ren is most likely the Supreme Leader. And with that, it's very interesting to see him already searching for Sith relics this early on. If anything, this foreshadows Kylo's new interest in the Sith that we will be seeing in Rise of Skywalker and maybe later in the season. Overall, this episode was great. After watching a more serious show like The Mandalorian recently, I gotta say, it was nice jumping back into Resistance and surprisingly getting treated to something Jedi and Sith related. And with The Rise of Skywalker coming out next month, I can only imagine we'll most likely be exploring more of the Sith in future episodes. And I don't know about you, but I'm down for that. But that was my take on this episode of Star Wars Resistance. Let me know what you all thought about it in the comments down below. And if you haven't already, remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one.